Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's me, Kay, and I'm joined by my beautiful girlfriend here. This is just a video on useful tips for uni, especially during Freshers Week, and hopefully you enjoy. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake, 'cause I don't fucking care. Tip number one would be get accommodation sorted as soon as possible. So most likely you guys would have already sorted this out by this time, or you should have. So what we would definitely recommend is that you pack slowly. So
as in like pack way in advance. Not everything, but take your time to pack. So if any time you're like, okay, I know I'm gonna wear this, I know I'm gonna wear that. Because at the end, when you're actually leaving, it's going to be so stressful because you're going to have so much things to think about. So pack slowly, as in like just bits and bobs in your suitcase. It doesn't have to be hectic, and yeah, it will make your time going to uni a lot less stressful.
Useful items to take with you would be extension cables, because your uni might provide them, but it's always useful to have a couple more because you always have more stuff you want to plug in. Another useful thing which I found so useful during freshers, if you have like old speakers lying in your house, or if you even bought new ones, take them to uni. Like, you will be the party house during Freshers Week if you're that kind of person. If you would rather lots of people come to you than you go and find out people, speakers is the best way to do that, especially during Freshers Week.
And for girls as well, just a little thing, even though it might sound so obvious, take a mirror. You know those small round mirrors that have a stand? Because in my first year, there was some really small, dodgy mirror on the side that was just too awkward to do my makeup in. So take a small little mirror, even a compact mirror, and use it.
Okay. So tip number two would definitely be get to know your housemates before you get there. So loads of unis will definitely set up kind of Facebook groups where every fresher will be on there, or everyone that's seen the Facebook group will be able to be on there. So when you get onto these things, they'll even narrow them down even more to like your certain housing areas. So I lived in a place called Blackbear Court, so I was able to see all the people that were going to live there. And if you sorted out your accommodation ahead of time, people will even be posting, okay, so are you in house number 2, number 3, and then that's an easy way to like get to know all your housemates and add them ahead of time. And it just makes that initial meeting so much easier and like less awkward if you've kind of already had a conversation, as well as knowing who's going to bring an item. So like, I don't know whether our uni provided a toaster, but I was just like, you know, I'm going to bring a toaster, told people I was bringing my speakers. So in that way you can just sort out with your housemates like who's going to bring what, and it just makes the whole transition a lot smoother.
Also, you could do a bit of stalking as well. I like to stalk who I'm going to be living with, so I know the kind of people they are. But yeah.
Yeah, actually a bit creepy thing. Tip number 3, do not blow your money on freshers. As tempting as it is, try to save your money, because you have to realize that freshers, it's not the only time you're going to go out. Yes, it will probably be very interesting, but there'll be other nights, and you want to be able to at least get into those other nights, which you won't be able to do if you run out of money. So there's so many ways to save money during freshers. Before you even come to uni, get your parents to do a bulk shop for you. Like, buy everything, and so much frozen food, because that's what's gonna last. Don't buy lots of stuff that is gonna, you have to eat really quickly. Buy lots of tinned food, long-lasting milk, like stuff that will last you for a long time. Panda over here bought like a crate of like spaghetti and rice that will literally last you the whole year. Like stuff like that. So then you don't have to buy as much later on, and you will have a lot more money, especially if you're going to drink during Freshers Week. Buy alcohol in advance.
Buy in batch.
Yeah, buy it in a batch, and just get the cheap stuff from Aldi or Lidl. Like, it's the same thing really, like, unless you're going, you have expensive taste, but really just don't, all of that stuff is going to have to leave you at uni if you want to actually survive. Just buy the cheap stuff. It will do the same thing. Tip number 4 would definitely be sign up to as many discounts as you can. Like during Freshers Week or that beginning period, there'll be so many discounts that your uni is trying to kind of force down your throat really, and take as much of that as you can. So our uni has this thing called the Uni Rider, which is just, if you pay for it in advance, it pays for all transport within Canterbury, on the bus anyway.
Yeah.
And it just saves you so much money than rather like spending money each time you want to use the bus. And it's discounted quite heavily within like the first month of uni, so you really want to jump on that, because if you buy it later on then obviously it increases in price. And there's stuff like that for probably gym membership and loads of other things as well. If you want to buy like an NUS card, which we never we took the card to sign up for it so many times, but we never actually did it. But stuff like that, just get all the discounts you definitely can.
Next point would be taking your housemates' numbers right away. Because like say you go out on, you know, Freshers Week, you go out, you don't want to get lost, you don't want to lose people you're with, especially if you're feeling a bit tipsy or whatever. It's good to stick together, especially for the first nights out. And also not just for your safety, well, for safety is number one, but also for like just being able to socialise with them better as well. So like make a WhatsApp group, make a Facebook, even though we said Facebook before,
like Facebook chat group,
yeah, and then even just texting, and that just brings you closer.
Yeah, so like during Freshers, I think one of our housemates wasn't feeling well during the night, or if you have housemates that are girls, most likely during the night. It's just saying during Freshers Week you might not be together all the time, they will go off and your group will split up. But I'm very much the kind of guy that I want to at least have some idea of where everyone is, just for everyone's safety. It's good to kind of have that at least household community, to have people looking out for you. Like, so if you have everyone's numbers, you'll be able to know where everyone is or have a general idea, so you can always meet up later. And especially if you're locked out, we had a housemate that somehow during the first couple days lost his keys constantly, so if you're locked out, that's another easy way to get back in.
The sixth point, which is also quite important, you wouldn't really realise it, but it is keeping your door open.
Yeah.
It like invites people in, it makes you more sociable, people can approach you, people can come and talk to you, so it's actually a good thing.
Yeah. It's very important during the first starting points of uni to keep your door open. It just kind of gives other people that impression of you that you're friendly, you're welcoming. People will come in and talk to you, even if you're too shy to go and talk to them. If they see your door open, it's fine. It's very easy to just kind of get into uni and just kind of curl up into that ball and be like, I'm not going to speak to anyone.
Which is what I did.
Yeah.
That would be in a video as in things not to do at uni.
But keep your door open, it just invites people in, and it makes the whole atmosphere a lot more friendly, because everyone is going through the same thing. Like, even if you have someone in your house that seems overly friendly, trust me, they're just as worried and as anxious as you are, and that atmosphere just makes things a lot easier. Tip number 7, go out every day during Freshers. Like, try your best, because she didn't do that, like, but you really want to make the most of Freshers, because although I did say that Freshers might not be the most exciting time for you within your whole uni experience, it is still really good, and it's definitely the time you'll be able to party the hardest without worrying about any other work you have to do, because you haven't been given any work yet. So literally, try and make the most of it. Even if you don't make it out for every single event, try your best to at least go out and be as sociable as you can. Try and make as many different kinds of friends as you can. Like, don't just stick to your housemates, because although I was lucky, and to be honest, my housemates were pretty cool people to begin with, like, that's a whole other video. If you can socialize with many different types of people, most likely you probably won't remember their names, but they could remember you. You always have that spread and that different kinds of groups of people that you can go to. In uni, like, stick around the same kind of people all the time. Sometimes it can be exhausting. Just get to know as many different people as possible, and Freshers is the best time to do that, because everyone is looking to make friends.
Yeah, everyone's so friendly during Freshers. It's just so easy, like, you wait in a line, just start talking to people.
Yes.
And that would just get you in the groove almost of being just really sociable and whatever. And even if you're not the kind of person who goes out every day, because obviously not everybody is going to be, you know, so big on partying, there's still so many different events happening, like there would be a fair happening, so many different things that you would be able to, like, talk to people.
Yeah, so there'll be events during the day as well as doing that. I think some people go hard and they'll literally start drinking from like 2 o'clock, getting ready for like the later events. Well,
which is also a reason why you shouldn't spend as much money on alcohol. So save it for actually getting into the club and then
so tip number 8 would definitely be during the day, explore the campus, explore the town. If you haven't already visited, some people for some reason don't visit the uni before they're actually going to go there, which I wouldn't recommend. But
unless you get the clearing.
Yeah, but even if you have seen the town already, this is your chance to like really go in more in depth. A lot of freshers events will probably be in your uni club, if you have one, or a club nearby, but also use this opportunity to look at the clubs in town, see how they are, and just get to know like different things in your town. And
yeah, because it could also be good for if you're kind of person who wants to get a job. Town would be the best place because there'd be so many places like shop places, food places, restaurants that would employ you.
Yeah.
So you might as well just get a very general idea of what towns are like. So if anything, you know where to go.
Tip number 9 would be sign up to as many societies as possible. During the Freshers Week, there will be some kind of Freshers Fair where you can get as much free food, free snacks, toys, pens, whatever. Just take everything. You're like be that kind of person where if there's a bowl of sweets, don't just take one. Just take 2 handfuls, and then come back and then take another one. Take it to that point where they start to look down on you and honest. Still be considerate, of course, but
freebies are freebies.
But yeah, freebies are freebies. Technically, if I could take the whole bowl, I would. And but anyway, just during the Freshers Fair, there'll be lots of societies you can join up to. Join as much as possible. Most likely, you're going to take on so much more than you'll actually go to, which is always the case.
Yeah.
But they always have free sessions at first because normally the societies you have to pay for, especially the sports clubs. But during Freshers Week, they'll give 2 or 3
free sessions.
Free sessions. So it's just a good chance to kind of get to see them. About that, but because I'm a bit of an idiot, I kind of forgot to add the last couple tips. Tip number 10 would be avoid hooking up with your housemates. If you're a guy and you're living with girls or vice versa, do not hook up with your housemates during Freshers Week. It's just not worth it. In the long term, you guys are probably already going to fall out or you're going to have some kind of confrontation. So there's no point kind of speeding up that process and just making it awkward in your house so much quicker. Just keep each other as friends. Trust me, it's better for everyone that way. Tip number 11, unfortunately some of you may have already fallen for this, but try your best not to add club promoters. You'll just be looking on your Facebook and you'll be like, oh, someone's added me, I have no idea who this is, but he's added all these other people from the Freshers page, oh, might as well add him. Then before you know it, spam upon spam upon spam upon spam of just club events and all that kind of stuff, which is fine during Freshers Week, but afterwards it's not the greatest thing when you want to concentrate on studying. You're oh, 2-for-1 cocktails on this night, oh, I can have all this on this night. Just ignore that, just don't add them. Tip number 12 is do not rush to buy your course materials. Don't bother too much on even buying your books. If you know how to use the internet properly, to be honest, you'll probably be able to find most of your books as a PDF for free. I know some of you like having physical books, so in that case, just go to your library and see whether you can borrow them. And if you're going to do this, you have to be quick, because unfortunately, the libraries never really have enough stock for everyone on your course, so you're going to have to be there quick and get it. And when you do this, you can keep on renewing it, which is good. But don't be oh yeah, I'm in uni now, let me buy all my books. Uni charges extortionate prices for books. Literally you'll be okay, well, if you want to survive at uni, it's just don't bother buying a book for £60 or £90, which you'll probably only use for the first term and then just never look back on. Trust me, it's just not worth it. So yeah, so those have been our useful tips for Freshers Week. So hopefully those have been okay by you. And if you'd like to like the video and subscribe, that'll be okay with me. See ya. Bye.